Greetings, programs. My name is Wretch, and I'd like to welcome you to a special quiz video. A while back, I did the Pottermore quizzes, which lets you know what houses you belong to in the world of Harry Potter, and did a video on them. Spoiler alert, I got Slytherin for Hogwarts and the American branch of Witchcraft and Wizardry. I don't remember the name of it, and I don't remember what house I got into. But I really enjoyed the Hogwarts quiz. Actually, I think I enjoyed both of them. I enjoyed how intricate they were, and they were definitely a cut above the kind of quizzes you can find online. But while I was doing it, all I was thinking to myself was, man, it'd be really cool if White Wolf came out with a Which Vampire the Masquerade Clan Are You quiz. Because VTM had been such a big part of my geekdom ever since my teenage years, that it just would have been cool to see like an official quiz come through. And then I got a message from Vosros, who's been a longtime follower of both the YouTube channel and the Twitch channel. And he messaged me on Steam and was like, well, look at this. And I was like, all right, here we are on worldofdarkness.com. There is an official Which Vampire the Masquerade Clan Are You quiz, and we're going to go ahead and take it. Which Vampire the Masquerade Clan are you? There are many different vampire clans in the world of darkness. Which one is yours? CW, death, murder, blood drinking, visual depictions of fake blood. Now, the thing about this is I have no real prediction which clan I'm going to get into. When we did the Pottermore quiz, I was thinking I'm either going to get Slytherin or Ravenclaw. Here, I have no idea. I'm going to try and answer these as honestly as I can. And we'll see where we end up, who we get shuffled into. Embrace. The act of transforming a mortal into a vampire. The embrace requires the vampire to drain their victim and then replace the victim's blood with a bit of their own. Some embraces are accidental, acts of violence or passion. Some are carefully planned, choosing just the right person to usher into undeath. This is your story, and it starts when you're still alive. How would people who know you describe you? Extroverted, introverted, confident, sometimes bossy, empathetic, helpful. To tell you the truth, it's probably E. Sarcastic, cold, always concealing your softer side from others. I gotta be truthful, you know? Which topics do you find the most interesting to research online? Pick up to 3. Paranormal, mystery, creepypastas, true crime, unsolved cases, witchcraft, rituals, magic, survival, doomsday prep, living in the wilderness, medicine, diseases, medical procedures, finances, astrology, self-discovery. Man, I don't really look up any of this stuff, to tell you the truth. Actually, no, I take that back. Political activism, fundraising, and charities, specifically the last two. We'll go with that. Art, music, and creativity. And witchcraft, rituals, and magic. Not necessarily that. But maybe paranormal mystery. Not creepypastas, but paranormal and mystery would probably be the third one. What is your ideal evening? In your favorite nightclub, partying with the amazing people you've just met and just enjoying the night? Alone at home with your books, video games, or online? In your regular place with close friends you've known for years? Attending a posh, invitation-only party with a select group of people? Well, that's an easy one. Home alone. What's your online presence like? You've been called an influencer more than once? You keep it professional, like you're too successful and busy to post often? Niche and strongly driven by your current interest, everyone who follows you knows what you're passionate about? There's barely any. You try to stay anonymous and private. Well, to tell you the truth, I would probably say D. Like, other than posting stuff on Twitter about, kind of stuff on the channel, and like my other posts are fairly rare, so I think that qualifies as barely. You get a link to a mysterious online personality quiz. You decide to take a shot at it. How meta. I'm often surrounded by other people. 0 doesn't apply to me. 10, totally me. I would say, other than my work and my housemates, that would be it. So, and then occasionally, like once in a while, going to a convention. So 3 seemed accurate. I prefer hierarchy and structure over total chaos and disorganization. I'm kind of half and half on that, to tell you the truth. It really depends on my mood, and it depends on how it pertains to me. Sometimes I have situations happen at my work where hierarchy and structure hinders things. So a little bit of chaos and disorganization is good, but at the same time, it can work the other way. So we're going to go 5 on that. I wish I had loyal servants to help me manage my affairs. No, that means I would have to deal with people. I'm not going to say that's an absolute... I mean, because if you have someone saying, hey, I want to take care of stuff for you, I'm not going to lie to myself. That would be pretty cool. But I'm going to mark that a 2. When push comes to shove, I'd rather fight with my words than my fists. Yeah, I would like to talk myself out of situations before I actually have to have physical violence. Intimidation helps too, but let's go ahead and mark that a 7. Test results link to a website that seems shady. Do you click on it? Of course, you're too curious. You do, but with all safety precautions. You send the link to someone else and ask them to open it. No, it can't be worth it. I would do all safety precautions and make sure the site wouldn't get data. Believe it or not. Curiosity would kill the wretch in this case. As you walk alone on an empty street, you feel like someone is following you. You turn around but see nobody. What do you do? Continue walking confidently, trying to show with your posture and attitude that you're not bothered. Call out loud and confidently, change your pace, attempting to hurry away quickly, investigate, trying to search for the source. Well, when I was younger, I used to walk all the time, and I walked into some pretty rough neighborhoods, believe it or not. And whenever there was that kind of situation happening, I always felt it was best just to continue walking like you're not even bothered by it. And show that, you know, hey, whatever you're going to do, it's not going to work. Like, if it escalates from there, then that's another story and then another situation. But I think if you kind of give off the bulletproof vibe, it works more often than not. I guess also being 6'4" probably didn't hurt matters much. But for me personally, I'd go with that. Someone broke into your home. What would they see after entering it? Chaos only you can find your way through. You almost feel bad for them. Everything in its own place in a neat and tidy space. Hopefully they haven't made a mess. They must have been quite shocked to see what you kept inside. You'd have a hard time explaining what that thing lying on your desk is. Barely anything of importance, thankfully. You either stashed your valuables somewhere else or you haven't anything worth stealing. A lot of cool things to steal, unfortunately. And I think that would probably be accurate. Because I got my computer, I've got collectibles, I've got all kinds of nonsense. You know you're being spied on. It's been going on for weeks now. How do you handle it? You contact the police. You hire a private investigator. You confide in your friends. Try to be alone as little as possible and spend your... Oh, hello there. How's it going? In the background. That was a little bit creepy. Others would only say you're paranoid or interfere with your own investigation. You're better off handling this alone. You confide in your friends, try to be alone as little as possible, and spend your nights with them. Thing is, I would confide in my friends, and I'd have them kind of on call, if need be. But I think I would handle it myself, to tell you the truth. The police, they don't have time to deal with that kind of stuff, you know? This is what I would think, anyway. And so while I would confide in my friends, I would try my best to handle it by myself. Or at least, get a recon. Figure out what exactly is going on before I went to the police. But that's not the answer, you know? Oh, hello there. I see that denture cream, keeping those fangs on. Sire and child, the vampire who creates another, and the vampire who was created. You have been embraced. This is your first step into the undead world. You are now Kindred, a vampire. When you open your eyes, you see one who did this to you. Who do you see? Your enemy, your lover, someone you looked up to, a complete stranger, a horrible monster. I figured it'd be a complete stranger. The folks who would know me would never embrace me. Let's be fair with ourselves. Disciplines. Supernatural vampiric powers, allowing Kindred to navigate the nights more easily, and sometimes dreadfully. The embrace granted you supernatural powers. Which would you want to have? Pick up to 3. Okay. Well, if that is the case, I will definitely go with witchcraft. I know what I'm going to get. Maybe I would go with superhuman resilience. Like to be tough. Have source or shape shifting. But when it comes to all that, witchcraft, resilience, shape-shifting seems very cool, so I'm thinking either that or enhanced senses and instincts. Because I think that would probably serve me pretty well. But shape-shifting, while cool, I think it would be better to have the senses and instincts to go along with the resilience and the witchcraft. Being immortal sounds great in theory, but there's a price to pay. Pick one that feels the most suitable. Have difficulty controlling my emotions. I'm forced to hide or survive on a run. No one seems to trust you. In dire situations, you tend to be controlling and ruthless. Sometimes you get tunnel vision, completely obsessed with a single thing or person. When I think about this kind of thing, that would be most suitable to me. It would be in dire situations, you tend to be controlling and ruthless. Because when the chips are down, I feel I can be. But I also get tunnel vision as well, completely obsessed with a single thing or person. I think the biggest weakness for me personally is while I have, kind of turned into Dr. Doom when I've needed to, the stuff that has actually hurt me the most has been the tunnel vision. Because I think the tunnel, it's done the most damage, so I would consider it the biggest weakness. Alright. As a vampire, you're cursed with the need to drink human blood, and obtaining it is not always easy. How do you hunt for your prey? Seduction, making sure it's pleasant for us both. Quietly drink from sleeping mortals, never to be seen around again. Feed on a group of people loyal to me and my needs. Hurt only those who deserve to be hunted. Search for a way to make it consensual, even if it means risking discovery. Quick bite in an alley, without the necessary games. My personal preference, if I could, I'd hunt only those who deserve to be hunted. You don't want to cause any undue trauma to folks, except when it's, I think, warranted. That one's fairly easy for me. You've made a mistake and drank too much. You're left in an alley with a body and the voices of people approaching. They cannot know it was your fault. What do? Run away quickly, run towards the people, pretending you've just found a body and screaming at them to call the police. Hide and observe. Use supernatural powers on the people, turn them around, make them forget, convince them they saw nothing unusual. Use supernatural means to hide the body, even if it means it'll never be found again. Out of all of these, I would go with E, just because if I had witchcraft, I'm going to assume that that's what I have. And I am feeding from people who deserve it. I don't particularly care if their body is never found again. So, yeah, we'll go with that. The night belongs to those with ambition. What is yours? To gain the wisdom and knowledge I crave so badly, to climb the ladder and stay on top, to be loved and idolized, to destroy the worst monsters among us, to stay away from this whole mess and be truly free. Wisdom and knowledge is always great, but my interests kind of go all over the place in certain situations. I wouldn't want to be shackled to any one thing. I don't want to be so laser focused, because remember the tunnel vision. That could be really bad. That's how great old ones get summoned right there. Never really cared about climbing the ladder and staying on top. Loved and idolized. Bleh. Destroy the worst monsters among us? That would be nice, but I'd probably go to the Winchester, have a pint, and wait for this whole thing to blow over. You belong with the Hecata. Oh! A motley collection of necromantic vampire bloodlines, the Hecata, or I don't know if it's Hecata or Hecata, I think it's Hecata, clan are united in the pursuit of a single subject, death. They are students of the afterlife and resurrectionists of the dead, or worse, selling their services to the highest bidder or acting in their own interest. There are few who can hide from the surveillance of those who can summon and command the very spirits of the deceased. Find out more about Vampire the Masquerade clans here. That was cool. I like that, and I do not mind the Hecata at all. For those of you who don't know or may be more familiar with 3rd edition, the Hecata are kind of like a super clan, an alliance, believe it or not, of the Giovanni and all the Cappadocian kind of bloodlines like the Samedi and the Harbingers of Skulls. They apparently had a meeting, decided to deal with their differences, and now they're kind of all together, which should make all the vampiric world very, very nervous, I feel. But that's cool. I like that, because these guys practice blood magic as well. I know a lot of you were probably thinking I was going to get a Tremere, but the fact that I have kind of very antisocial tendencies at times, that fits these guys to a T. Neat. And you know what? This actually may answer what clan I choose to play when Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 comes out when I'm in my 50s. But hopefully a lot sooner than that. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was a very fun quiz. You can take it yourselves at worldofdarkness.com, and I highly recommend that you do, because that was good stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Plenty of VTM content, a lot of games, the interactive fiction titles, 2 playthroughs of VTM Bloodlines. VTM Bloodlines was my very first series on the channel. Then I did Clan Quest, and all kinds of good stuff. So please check that out if you feel so inclined. Like, share, subscribe. You guys know the drill there. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.